the cigarette in his mouth drops to the floor, and he looks at you, kind of tilting his head at everybody. Everyone is silent for a moment as he says,
Kethrakk?
Now, did we already have this dialogue? Did
we
we
have not said anything
previously?
back. That's where we ended it last time. So this is where we're picking up. If you guys are ready, I'm ready.
Yeah, it's me. I'm home.
You look different. You're dressed. Come here.
He kind of like waves you over with his black claw, walking, kind of inching forward. He pushes his glasses up in front of his eyes, and he really squints at you as you're approaching. And as you get closer, his eyebrows raise up in surprise, and he says,
How do you look like that? You don't look like you've aged a day.
It's a long story.
He kind of puts his claw like on your face, just like on your cheek, and you can feel his nails kind of like not digging into your cheek, but just like resting on your cheek. And he kind of tilts his head back and forth, and he squints his eyes and kind of shakes his head a little bit. He says,
"Am I dreaming? Am I dreaming? Who are these people? Why are you back here?"
These are my friends. They helped me get here. I was kind of preoccupied for a while.
It's been 50 fucking years, and you're just gonna come in here and...
He kind of starts to like sniffle a little bit as you see some tears coming out of his eyes.
I'm gonna kind of cut him off and be like, as I said, it's a long story.
What, you find the fucking fountain of youth or what?
He kind of like pats you on the shoulder and comes in for a big hug.
I'm just gonna say, not quite. It's been a lot less time for me than it has for you.
Well, obviously. Look at you. Well, your friends, you said.
He looks at you guys who are behind Kethrakk by about 10 feet. Looks over at you all. You're all seeing he's just slightly shorter than Kethrakk. Slightly shorter, just maybe a couple inches shorter. And he tilts his head as he looks at you, and then his eyes dart immediately to the room with the tied up kobold in it, and the door kind of slightly ajar to that room. And he says,
"What do you find back here? What did you find?"
We came into a room with a kobold tied up, and it looked as though another, we think, kobold made it out the window. We tried to figure out what was going on, but we couldn't.
He didn't say anything to you?
He did.
What did he say?
He didn't say much.
Does anyone remember? I thought he said something.
He didn't say much.
He said his name, that the person
Just like
was
so long ago.
Hang on, and the person.
He said he had a friend.
Yeah.
you see Korthazz kind of brush past you, Kethrakk. He starts walking towards the door, like in a slow, kind of steady manner. He stands up very tall. He doesn't like slump over or anything. He stands up very tall, shoulders back. It seems like he's trying to make himself look big as he walks over to the door where you guys are. Like, you guys are kind of like right past the door a little bit. He walks up to the door that's right in front of you. He kind of nods at you guys as he approaches. You get a good look at him. He's got one distinguishing mark other than his black claw. As Kethrakk, you saw this when you were close to him as well. Across his snout and down across his mouth, there's a large scar that makes his lips, they kind of bulge with scar tissue a little bit on the right side. And you can all see he has an interesting demeanor. He is a mixture of confident and anxious. You feel both coming off of him. As he swings the door open with his left hand, his black claw, he reaches into his tuxedo pocket and pulls out a pistol and shoots the kobold in the head.
Damn.
The loud gunshot kind of rings throughout the hallway, and then he shuts the door.
Well, now that he's dead, do you mind if we go grab our immovable rods that was stopping the other person from freeing him?
What do you mean?
Oh, there was a kobold trying to free him, so we put some immovable rods in the window so he couldn't get back in.
Oh, that's smart. That's real smart. Yeah, go get him.
My
Thank you.
friends
He
are
opens the door.
quite resourceful.
I'll go grab the immovable rods.
All right, you grab him
Should have
from
seen
the
how many
window.
harpies I killed. Killed like so many harpies the other day. You guys should have seen that.
Does Pox say that?
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are killers, huh? Harpies, though. That's not that big a deal.
They were big and red.
Hmm.
They
They
talked.
were average harpies.
They were
fair.
like
I like how we fight a death kiss and you go to the harpies.
a personal issue.
Well, I don't know what a death kiss is, but I do know what a harpy is, and that's interesting. Well, I'm Korthazz, or you can call me K.
And he reaches his hand out for a handshake to Pox.
Pox reaches back out. You can call me Pox. Hi. Charmed.
He
What's
nods
that?
his head.
Pox, nice to meet you, and what about you?
He kind of nods towards Zim.
Zim. You can call me Zim.
Does he recognize my functionally gang tattoos?
Let me roll for him. It doesn't seem so.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
He nods and he says,
Zim, nice to meet you, Zim Pox, and you.
and he kind of reaches his hand out for Nara's hand.
Oh, hey, yeah. I'm shaking the hand.
You
And
notice his hand is put out like this. You know, you kind of know what I'm
just
saying.
gonna shake it normally.
You're gonna shake it normally. Okay, so as you kind of like shake it normally, his eyebrow kind of raises, and he says,
You elves are always got weird mannerisms. He said, what was your name again? Nara?
It's Nara.
Nara. Nice to
Mhm.
meet you. And that big boy behind you, huh?
Yeah. Hmm.
he nods towards Solus.
Yeah. He's a sweetie pie. His name is Solus.
He looks tough. Looks like, is he your pet?
He's more of a friend, a companion.
Companion. Oh,
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
interesting. So you're taken?
Yeah. Mhm.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's too bad.
Yeah.
He kind of shrugs a little bit and brushes some blood stains off of his jacket that's sprayed back from the kobold's head. And he turns around towards Kethrakk. And he puts his arms out in this kind of like welcoming motion. And he says,
Well, welcome home, youngin'. I guess, am I the older brother now?
Most likely.
That's
No.
weird.
All things considered, yeah.
You look exactly the same. What happened?
I'll wrap it up as quick as I can. Basically, we were hired by what's the city? Neltaurus.
Neltaurus, that city was long gone.
Right. And we were hired to investigate some things, take care of some things, and somehow managed to get ourselves literally sent here in time. And things have changed, and getting back to the city was a long journey.
We were
There's a lot
just
that-
about to kill
get used to.
Raziel, and he threw us in the future.
Yeah. Do you know Raziel?
the Leonin stands there for a moment, startled, confused. You can see his eyes kind of darting back and forth with, you can imagine the questions running through his head. And he kind of like shakes his head, squinting his eyes. And then he just kind of leans back a little bit and starts.
Wait, I can't even roll to convince him.
No, you're not sure. Roll an insight check. We'll see what you see. Okay, so with a 19 for insight, Korthazz seems amused, but not in a way like he thinks you're lying. He seems amused in the way that if you told somebody like a crazy fact about yourself, they would be, they would be so confused if it was true, kind of thing. Is one of those kind of moments, like it's the truth is stranger than fiction kind of things, where he's just laughing in exasperation. He seems to believe you, and he says,
I don't see any reason for you to lie about that. But why? Why would somebody send you forward in time? What does that even mean?
Well, we almost killed him. I think it was an act of desperation.
He was like this close to death.
Raziel?
I mean,
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, now he runs everything. It gave him 53 years to build up an army so we couldn't kill him.
He effectively rendered us non-existent for about 50 years because we almost killed him.
Korthazz's smile kind of leaves his face, and he looks down at the ground, the like red velvet floor. Again, he's doing a lot of these head motions, like he's trying to rattle his brain to start thinking a bit more. And he says,
and this Raziel, I know Raziel. Why did you want to kill him?
Well, as you know, I was out to try to prove myself. And one of the ways I was trying to do that is to make a name for myself. And we took a job, and one thing led to another. We exposed a lot of corruption, and at the end of the trail, there was Raziel.
Huh.
The dude was experimenting on people, turning him into the spider people with these weird beating hearts, kind of like this one.
And I'm just gonna pull out the beating heart that I still have from us.
Ugh! Put that thing away. Actually, let me see that. Let me see that.
Yeah, go ahead.
he comes up to it and grabs the beating heart, kind of looking it over. He licks it,
That's gross.
hands it back to you.
And put it back in my bag.
Yeah, that's a real heart. That's really that's a lot of information. Raziel, he's done a lot of good for the people of the continent. He's kind of a nosy fuck, but he's done quite a bit of good things in the last 50-some years.
I mean, he's wiped out Taurus.
Good in what
Twice.
way? Yeah.
He's the one who decimated the entire city.
I think our definition of good might be slightly different, especially with how he treated us and the people that we've been in contact with. You, on the other hand, you might have benefited from his reign. Us, other people, not so much.
Thank you for the gift subs, Andre.
Listen, I don't know Raziel personally. I don't work with him. I've never fucking talked to him or any of his people before. They kind of stay out of Drudgemore because they know that, combined groups here in the city, it's not going to be easy for him to gain control of. If there's one thing I can say, he's a power-hungry little parasite. But he's given a lot of people a lot of food and shelter. He's given a lot of people a lot of jobs. Well, you mentioned military. He's definitely got that. Listen, why are you here? What do you want? No offense. I'm looking out for number one. So, what's going on, Kethrakk? Tell me.
Well, we made our way back to the city, and I thought it would be unheard of to not see where things are back at home. I haven't come here to ask you of anything. I'm just here as family.
Okay.
Oh, I'll ask you then. Do you want to help us kill Raziel and then set up a town in Neo Taurus?
He kind of tilts his head a little bit, looking at you again, raising his eyebrow.
I do
Very
the
similar
same.
way. What'd you say?
I do the same. I look over and raise my eyebrow.
We need allies to kill Raziel to get in, and then he can benefit from it because there won't be anyone running the town, but they need someone to run the town, so I mean...
That's quite the proposition there, Zim. Well, there are ways I can help. I got a lot of informants in the city, a lot of information. Let's see. If I were to help you, I'd probably need some things. And I could set you up with some resources, some money, maybe some shops for you to buy some things that maybe you need. But it's got to be lucrative for me. It's got to be worth it for me, Kethrakk. You know how it is.
I know how it is.
This is not just I'm not a charity.
Realistically, when it comes to our confrontation with Raziel, we have a vendetta
But
against him, and whatever comes after could and would most likely be very profitable.
don't you stand to gain the most, though, if you help? Because you would essentially take over. Isn't that what you were saying, Zim?
Yeah, basically, without him in management, it's either going to be an all-out blood wolf or someone steps up right away because they helped do it and everyone steps in line.
So you would stand to gain the most if you helped us.
I'm
If he
not.
positioned himself correctly, yeah, and he wasn't spread too thin.
Listen, I'm not that interested in taking over Neo Taurus. That doesn't sound like something I need to do. But there are some things that I can gain from a little less security in some of those cities that he's taken over. So there is some stuff I can stand to gain. Why don't we all step into my office and get some privacy?
When he
Sounds
said
good.
security, sorry, just out of like character. When he said security, I just imagined like a bunch of like Leonin running in with like sunglasses, like yeah, boss, like just like just no, you idiots. I meant like damn,
would've been a good
you know,
moment.
like just 8 Leonin just coming. Everybody forget we talked about this. We're gonna set that up for later.
As you guys are entering into the office, he kind of holds the door for you and then shuts it on the way in, walking behind his desk and sitting down in a large chair behind it, large leather chair with red leather on it. He leans back and kind of puts his feet up on the desk as you're all standing there, and puts his arms out again in that kind of gladiator type motion, with his arms to his side, and he says,
Okay. So, tell me what you need. What do you need from me? Be specific. What do you want from me?
Okay, I mean, if we're going for specifics, at the very start, we need fake IDs to get into Neo Taurus.
Okay,
Gotta
that's
hold
easy.
up against security.
That's easy.
We need information and blueprint plans, if we can, of the administrative building. We need to hopefully buy some magical gear or gear in general.
Mhm.
And then we need a pretty convincing distraction in order to keep eyes away from the admin building so we can get in and kill him.
Okay. Let's see. Of those things, I can probably offer you... I can easily get you some IDs. That's not a problem. What was the next thing you needed? You needed,
Information.
schematics.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't have
Gross.
schematics, but I know who might. But you're gonna have to get in with another group in the city.
Which group?
Which group is that?
My camera froze. Give me a second. I
It
don't know
did.
why it keeps doing that. That is a funny way to freeze. I'm just gonna use this camera. If it works. Oh my gosh, why is it frozen? Zoom quit unexpectedly. Can you guys still hear me?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
back.
Did my stream crash? Are we good?
Oh, everything's still up. It
Yeah.
just we got moved around a little bit.
Okay. Give me a second here.
Me.
Okay, so we go move that there. And then move this there. Okay. And then move my camera down. Okay. So, where was I at? Can you guys remind me? Sorry.
You were talking about getting blueprints, and someone else in the city
Yes.
might have them.
There's this underground group. They've been working for a long time. They got all the information in the city you could ever need. They're called the Hollows, Midnight Hollows specifically.
Ah,
And they're a seedy bunch, but I've heard tale of where they keep their the lightning rod, the communication beacon. It's a guy, and he's, from what I hear, kind of broken up from the neck down. He should have the information you probably need.
oh, okay.
And I think I know where he's at.
Oh, really?
We haven't gone after him because we don't want to make a scene. Getting into the Midnight Hollows territory is
Tricky.
it's iffy. It's iffy. We don't want to start a war. So,
Right.
if you all want to take that leap, I can slip you the information on where to find that warehouse that he might be maybe not kept in.
I would love that.
Okay. What else did you need before I do that?
We also needed to ideally buy like magical gear slash potions slash.
Well, that's another
guess
person
normal
entirely,
gear,
but
but-
I can easily get you in with those people. There's a group of rat folk in the city, in the sewers. They run the black market. They have all kinds of items that you could possibly need. Easy introduction, but it's up to you to keep that relationship solid. So
Okay.
I can introduce you, but from there, it's up to you.
Okay, that would be fine.
Okay.
And then lastly would be if we could help get a distraction when we eventually go due to raid the admin building.
Do you have an idea of what kind of distraction you're looking for?
Ideally, a big explosion on the other side of town.
And this is something that we could consider, is luring Raziel out of the city
Okay.
somewhere where he wouldn't have his normal defenses, say somewhere around here.
That would take a big ask, you know.
Okay.
I think us invading the admin building is definitely doable. We also need information on a few people that Raziel's close to, because we plan on killing them before we go to the admin building in order to make it a little bit more disarray of, you know.
Yeah, I agree with that. But do you remember the last time that we were in the city? What happened? Like
That's what the fake IDs are for, though.
our faces are still plastered everywhere.
I feel like we could just get a disguise.
That's true. There are ways to disguise yourself. Let's see. Okay. So I'm going to set you up. I'm going to get you the schematics by giving you information on where to find Neck Down Boy. Then we'll set you up with some fake IDs. We'll do that first, actually. We'll get you some fake IDs first. We'll get you the schematics. Well, hopefully he has the schematics for you. We'll do that, and then I can introduce you to the rat folk. And then from there, once we have all that set up, then we can discuss a plan on how to distract or lure Raziel to a position that's weaker for him. Yeah, it's gonna be a tough task though, and one that I'm not willing to spend too many resources on because, to be honest, as much as I love you, Kethrakk, I can't put all my chips in one basket.
And I would never ask you to.
Mm-hmm.
We just came here to see you, and if any help could be lent.
I appreciate you coming to see me. I gotta admit, I'm a little jealous of the complexion you got going. But
You're probably not jealous of the fact that we don't understand 53 years of technology.
He kind of raises his eyebrows and shrugs, and he says,
I don't really understand much of it either. You know, the most inventive piece of technology that's gotten me pretty much anything I could ever want is this one.
he slaps his pistol down on the table. It's like a pretty high-tech pistol. Like,
Yeah,
just like a
I
Glock.
still really don't like those, I'm not gonna lie.
It goes off. Just,
Shoots him in the head.
Slams the shit down on the table.
now it's unloaded.
You hear from outside in the hallway some voices, just like casual voices talking. Go ahead and roll me perception checks. I got a 22, a 17, a 13, and a 20. Okay, so
Man, I've
all of
rolled
you,
19 twice now.
not bad. So all of you understand the words that are being spoken outside in the hallway. Sounds like from two separate entities. One says in a similar kind of accent to your brother, but not quite as deep of a voice, says, so anyway, the kobold should be in here. And then you hear another voice, this one a little bit deeper, say,
And hopefully he's got the info Okay.
you hear the door shut outside in the hall. And the footsteps walking away as Korthazz looks at you guys and kind of shrugs.
Do you know what that was about?
Yeah, we were supposed to get some info from that little thing, but, you know, I was kind of tired of hearing him squeal, and, honestly, when you told me that somebody else tried to mess around with him, I thought might as well just take care of that issue now. We don't want him getting in the way. So,
Understandable.
with you here, I was going to be distracted, you know, for the next, who knows how long, so, might as well get rid of it. Give me a second.
He stands up from the desk and walks over to his door, leans out his door, and says,
Hey, numbskull! You grabbing that body or you leaving without it? Do your job!
and you hear the kind of deeper voice say,
I got it, boss.
he closes the door, comes back in.
All right. So, let's start with IDs. We'll get you some IDs. There's a person I want you to go talk to. He owns a bar in this district of the city. The bar's name, you might want to write this down.
Yeah.
Bar's name is, The Drunk Toenail.
The what?
The Drunk Toenail is a vanity bar, and they specialize in weird drinks, disgusting drinks. If you can down them, you get paid, kind of thing.
Why does that sound like a place Kethrakk will thrive in?
Or you.
I don't drink that much.
You eat disgusting things all the time.
I do not.
Okay.
So, At the Drunk Toenail, the person you're looking for is named Vinny. Vinny is, well, he's a tiny dude. You can't miss him. And he'll probably be up on the bar or on the stage when you come in. He's kind of looks like you.
Points over to Zim.
But without all the shit on your face and arms and legs. He's not a very trustworthy fellow, but he specializes in fake IDs, and you tell him I sent you. And that should strike enough fear into him to get done what you need to get done. And if he doesn't do what he tells you, what you tell him to do, then tell him what's gonna happen. What happened to his girlfriend's gonna happen again.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Why'd
That
you
should
take
be
it out
enough.
on the girlfriend?
Hmm?
Why'd you
What
take it
happened
out
to
on
his
the
girlfriend?
girlfriend?
Well, when someone like Vinny crosses you, you can't really go after him. He's not the kind of person who answers to threats on his own life.
Oh.
You look like a mobster, but you don't act like a mobster, Zim.
I don't know if I am. I wouldn't really be considered a mobster, I don't think.
I don't know. I thought you were all, I mean, look at you. You all look like, people who would do just about anything. And, I figure with Kethrakk, you know, he's with his roots. Kethrakk, he's still part of the family, aren't you?
Of course.
I figured maybe, okay, well, I'll keep my mouth shut from now on. Just tell him I sent you.
No, you're fine.
We can do
I'm
mob
curious.
stuff. We'll tell them.
I don't know
We'll
if
do
you
mob
guys can do
stuff.
mob stuff. You don't look
We
like,
can do mob
I
stuff.
don't know.
Come on.
Mob stuff's pretty
Of course.
intense.
We've done.
We've done
I have no
intense
idea what we've
things
been
before,
through.
like
We
mob.
have done so many
I'd love to
Yes.
fill you in.
Those
I'd love to
harpies
sit
were
down and
not.
Get a drink and
They
fill
were
you in
tough.
on.
They
much
were
more of the
red.
details.
I don't
we've
drink
been through.
anymore, but I'll sip a
What about,
a
what
soda
about a cup
with
of
you or
coffee?
something.
Great. And one thing that I wanted to ask about,
Mhm.
do you know anyone named Alondra here in Drudgemore? I have something that belongs to her.
That name does not sound familiar, but you know, Vinny might. He's like I said, he's got a lot of info, and he might know. If he doesn't know, then I know one person who will, and it'll be your next stop, which is Paraplegic Boy. When you find him, he'll probably know. He knows everything.
Is that his name?
No, I don't know what his name is.
Okay. Where is he?
Let's deal with that when you get the IDs first.
Fair enough.
Let's do one thing at a time. Y'all can come in through the front now. I'll mention to the guards who you are.
Got
And should be able to just walk in. You can come in through the back if you're bringing anything with you that you don't want people to see. For example, a person or something
course.
like that. You can come through the back, but I wouldn't come through the back too often. It's a bit compromised recently, as you saw with the kobolds.
Right.
Yeah, don't worry. We know mob stuff, Korthazz. We know mob stuff.
Well, Pox,
I
I
raised
hope you
my
know
eyebrow.
Bob stuff, because you're getting into the shit of it now.
Oh, this we got it. You can trust us with anything.
All right. Last thing I should probably mention to you is, I've heard rumor that this city is, it's on edge recently. There have been people coming in who, well, they say, relaying information to, unsavory parties, which may or may not include Raziel. So, if you happen to find any of those people, please bring them to me. Because, I have some questions I want to ask. And,
Right.
I think I can get to the bottom of it, if you know what I'm saying.
Hmm. We'll keep our
Yeah.
eyes and ears open.
You have my full permission and my grace to bag and drag anyone you find that may be relaying information. As
Understood.
we want to keep this city as free from his grubby little fingers as possible,
Right.
which I'm sure you can appreciate.
We can. And we do.
Copy that. Absolutely.
All right. I think that's all the information I have for you now. The drunk toenail's your next stop. You can rest here. We got an open office if you want to rest there. And then you can head out in the morning, or you can go tonight. Although they're probably closing here in the next probably hour or so. If you want to hit at a closing time, that's not a bad time.
I was just gonna say, I think closing time sounds like a good time to go.
All right. Well, Godspeed or whatever. And Kethrakk,
He kind of stands up from behind the desk, pushing his chair back, and comes over to you, Kethrakk, and puts his hand out for one of those big handshakes.
Did I extend my hand? Say, brother, thank you. I'm
You're
sorry
welcome.
we had to meet under these circumstances of us asking favors and things being strange, but we need to get this done sooner than later.
don't worry about asking favors, Kethrakk. You'll pay me back.
I will.
Yeah, mob stuff.
He nods at the rest of you, and you guys take your leave, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
Before
I'd
we
say
go,
so.
I turn back and I whisper to Korthazz, I go, I'm single. And then wink.
He raises
And-
that eyebrow in a familiar way.
I let him raise his eyebrow. We're walking out.
Okay.
Everybody, let's go.
you see the door shut on his kind of raised expression. He kind of gives the first grin that you've seen in a while. And as he grins, you see his front left fang shines like gleams in the light. 'Cause
Gold?
It's metal. Yeah, it's gold.
Metal? Yeah. I was going to ask how his smile looked.
Yep. So he does
You have
have
all
one.
teeth?
It seems like the front fang that you saw was gold. You're not sure about the other fang.
Copy that.
So, as you leave, he's pushing his glasses up and sits back down at his desk, and the door shuts with a smile. And you guys head out towards the exit. As you leave, you see the two guys inside the room with the kobold are still untying the kobold from the chair. There's like blood all over the desk from where the kobold kind of laid its head down after it got shot. And one of them has what looks like a rag, but it's like this kind of teal blue, kind of bright colored rag. And as he wipes across the blood, it all gets sucked up into the rag, like magically. And then he like wrings the towel a little bit, and the blood that's on the towel just kind of disappears into mist. He puts
I
the
need to get me one of those.
towel in his pocket.
It's crazy.
The two people that you see, so one of them is a human who is wearing like a suit jacket and that kind of thing, and he is just like tilting the kobold's head back and forth, taking a look at him. He's ruffling through the pockets. He's got no facial hair, very kind of baby-faced looking guy, no glasses or anything, but like long, kind of greasy black hair on the top of his head. And he nods at you and raises his eyebrows as you walk by, looking up from what he's doing with the kobold body. The other person who's wiping up the blood, this is a very large Leonin, much larger than you, Kethrakk. He is not silver furred. He is like a tiger. He's like got orange fur with black stripes, and he's very muscular, wearing a wife beater and khakis, and he is wiping up the blood with the rag, and then puts the rag into his pocket, back pocket of his khakis. He nods at you as you walk by.
I nod.
Do we recognize the human who had his eyebrows raised?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Nope, they just seem like members of the mafia.
Okay.
You hear from one of the doors as you're walking by. You hear like the sound of like panting and a strange kind of like behind one of the doors as you're walking by. The sign on the door says Louis, and it doesn't have a last name or anything, but underneath the word Louis is a like symbol that looks like a wing, like the wing of a bird, for example. And when you hear that kind of grunting, you also hear some like ruffling that sounds like, you know how like a bird sounds when it's flying around its cage? You kind of hear that noise as well. Just like wings flapping, that kind of thing behind the door. If you'd like, you can roll me an investigation check.
I will roll an investigation check.
I want to
Anytime
know.
I describe something, you can just be like, I roll, whatever. You can just tell.
I wanna know.
Those are odd noises,
Mm-hmm.
I want to know what's going on.
but I don't
Sounds like
see
some kind of
anything.
creature is in there.
Something's going on.
There's probably 2 creatures in there.
All right. So with these investigation checks, Kethrakk and Nara, not really sure, but Pox and Zim, as you kind of creep up to the door and take a look, like between the cracks of it, like next to where the handle is and that kind of thing, and you listen real close, you can see that there is an Aarakocra person inside the room, and he is doing these push-ups where he does a push-up and then a backflip at the same time. And as he does, his wings kind of flutter a bit, and he lands on his desk. And then he falls from his desk down into the push-up position and then does another backflip onto the desk. And
Bird stuff.
he is dressed similarly to the Leonin you saw. He's got a wife beater on and khakis.
Interesting.
He doesn't
Is
seem
he
to have
another
noticed that you
guard?
noticed him, but as you walk by the room, you kind of hear that. He seems to have not come out during all the commotion. He doesn't seem interested at all. But you also notice on his head, he's got like soundproof earmuffs as well. Looks like he's wearing like headphones, basically. So that's what you notice with that door. And as you walk out of the casino, you actually walk out through the main entrance. You walk out like the way he told you to come in next time. So you kind of get a look at the casino itself, the casino floor. It's very large. And again, the floor is that kind of velvet red, but in the back, it's all velvet red. In the main foyer, like the main place where all the slots are and the poker tables and everything, it's a mixture of red and black checkers, like checkerboard. And throughout the casino here, looks like there are quite a few people here, like probably between like 1 and 200 people milling around, a mixture of workers and patrons gambling, and mostly high-class people, it seems. They're all dressed really nicely, that kind of thing. So as you walk out, you get a good look. You see there's a lot of poker tables, a lot of slot machines, a lot of different ways to gamble, craps tables, that kind of stuff. You see a big wheel that they're spinning, and it looks like the Price is Right kind of wheel, one of those. And they're spinning it, and people are like in line. It says 1,000 credits, one spin. And some of the prizes on the wheel are like a new house, a new car, like those kinds of things, like big prizes. But you notice that there are only 3 spots on the wheel. So it's big house, or new house, new car, or 10,000 credits. And then the rest of them are like lose slots, like just fail slots. So you have basically a 3 in 100 chance of getting a big prize. There's like 100 different slots on the wheel.
That is a rough odd.
Mm-hmm. So as you are heading out of the casino, you leave the big front doors. You see there's still a line of people trying to get in at this late hour, and you head into the district of the city that he was talking about, which is his district. And you head to the Drunken Toenail. It is pretty easy to find because it's flashy. Like he said, it's very flashy. The kind of place that draws the attention. It's got those floodlights, like back and forth. You know what I'm talking about? Those are lights
Yeah.
that kind of go back
Yeah.
and forth and shine up in the night sky. There's quite a few of those in the city, but this place has them as well. As you walk up to the place, its logo is exactly what you expected. It's a giant toenail inside of a shot glass, and it's like lit up above the sign. No line or anything to get in, but just a group of people kind of meandering out front. You see a few people walking out, and one of them has puke all over his shirt. It's kind of dried up, and from behind him, you hear some people laughing, like inside the bar, and they say, "Stay out, you loser!" And the person's kind of like wiping their tears and the vomit off their face as they're walking out.
Damn.
As you guys approach, what is your plan here? What do you want to do specifically? I don't want to assume that you're doing anything, so tell me what you want to do. You know who you're looking for.
Yeah.
I think we just walk in, maybe go to the bar, kind of just like sniff it out.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
I
have
think
no
if we go
intention
in
of
and-
sniffing or drinking anything in this place. I'm not going to lie. I would like to
don't-
find the
Just to,
bartender.
just to like feel things out, we'll just go in there and look around and see if anything's.
I think to
afoot.
see if we could find a round table.
Yeah, I mean, we just need to find the owner and then, slightly threaten him if we have to and get our IDs and get out of here.
Is
Okay.
Vinny
But
the
I also
owner?
don't think we should make a scene. I think we should just go in
Yeah.
under the radar.
Yeah, I agree. I don't like making a scene.
I don't remember. Is Vinny the owner? Or
Yeah,
yeah.
they said
yeah,
he was the
Vinny's
owner, yep. So, you guys are just heading in, finding a spot to sit and scope it out first?
Yeah.
Is that the plan?
yeah, I think so.
All right. So you guys head into the Drunken Toenail. And as you enter in, a few people glance over at you. When you open the door to this place, it's very different than any other place you've ever been. It's a mixture of, like, a big stage that people are on. You can see, like, at the back of the Drunken Toenail, it's a big stage. And then also there's a bar with a bunch of tables and stuff for people to stand or sit at. So looks like there's about 15 tables. All of them are full of people at the moment. There is a stage with a very short halfling standing on the stage with a microphone in hand. And then also on the stage is a large loxodon, which is like an elephant person. And he is wiping puke, like squeegeeing puke with a mop off the stage. As you see Vinny, obviously Vinny, talking to the crowd of people. And he says, "Well, that guy was a real piece of something, isn't he? Quite the failure there, folks. Well, if anyone would like to try tonight's special drink, we're paying out 300 credits for anyone who thinks that they can down this thing without upchucking it." And the crowd kind of laughs and cheers as some more people put their hands up to try it out. He says, "It's 50 credits to enter, 50 credits to enter into the contest, and if you can keep it down, we'll be paying you out. So how about you, young lady? Come on down." And an elven woman similar to probably Nara's age stands up from her table. She's got a very low-cut dress and seems very drunk, and she's kind of stumbling away from her boyfriend, who kind of looks like that kind of classic douchebaggy boyfriend who's cheering her on drunkenly. As she walks up on the stage, she kind of stumbles over her high heels and onto the stage next to the microphone next to Vinny. And he says, "What's your name, gorgeous?" And she kind of laughs and giggles, and she says, "Lahoon. My name's Lahoon." And he says, "Well, Lahoon, you think you can down this bad boy? Bring her out." And he hollers over as another loxodon, this time dressed more like a bar maid almost, walks onto the stage with a thump, thump, thump. These loxodons are huge. They're big elephant people, much larger than you, Kethrakk. As he walks on stage, dressed in like a maid dress, is like a male loxodon dressed in a maid's dress. He brings out a drink, and when you're looking at it, you can see that the drink is like this already puke green color. Like, it does not look good just from color alone. But you can see sticking out of the drink are two cigars, lit cigars, that are slowly dripping ash onto the top of the drink. And you can see that there's something moving inside the drink. You can see, like, the glass is murky a little bit, but you can see that there's something swimming around inside the drink itself. And he says, "We call this one the Smoker." And he hands it to Hoon, who grabs the drink. He says to the crowd, "Again, for those of you who are just walking in," he points to you guys as you're walking in. "The Smoker is dishwater, whiskey, rum, a goldfish. You have to drink the goldfish. It won't be alive for much longer anyway. 2 cigars, and an entire ashtray full of ash." And everyone in the crowd starts cheering.
Ugh.
That's vile.
That is
That's
awful.
disgusting.
So, as the elven woman goes to take a sip from it, as she kind of goes to down it, some of it splashes onto her face and like up her nose as she brings the drink back down and starts coughing, and then upchucks onto the stage. As Vinny says, "No, nice try there. Why don't you help her back to her table? Help her back to her table. Thank you for your credits. Thank you. As she heads back to her table as Loxodon helps her there. So, no tables for you guys to sit at, but you can kind of see what's going on here. It's like a mixture of a show and like an interactive show and a bar, but less of a show and more of like a fear factor.
Yeah.
So, what would you guys like to do? Do you want to just wait until the bar's,
How long is the bar open for?
We have
Probably
another
about-
hour, he said, right?
about another hour?
Does
Do
it
you
look
have
like...
to- Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
What do you have to do to like drink it? Like, do you have to pay something to drink it?
You pay 50 credits to one of the bouncers, and they'll
Oh.
set you up in line.
Hmm. That's not gonna work. We're poor, so
Did you want to do it, Nara?
I feel like I could do it.
You're
And
gonna.
then I
you-
could. He would probably talk to us then. What do we win?
You win
300
300 credits, so you make
Ooh.
quite a bit of your money back. But you have to
No,
not
you don't have
throw
to
it
do
up.
this. I can just start throwing Eldritch Blasts, and we could just get it rolling. We've done this
Yeah, I
before.
don't
We
think
could, we
it's
could
gonna-
Kill everybody in the bar.
We don't have to kill anybody.
Let's
but
not make a big scene.
we just have to. Oh, I'll
Pox
just,
starts
all
seeing
right.
everybody growing feathers. Everyone around Pox turns into a harpy.
I will not. I feel like if anyone
back.
could take
I'm
this
back.
shot, it'd be Kethrakk. That's
Do you, what's your Well, I mean, how tough do you feel?
I'm pretty sure Kethrakk is used to eating gourmet meals. I am not.
I can't
I
say
mean,
that.
you're an elf.
You know what? I think Nara could outdrink Kethrakk for sure, dude. This is Nara's game. She's an elf. She
about this?
understands what a palate would be. I mean, unless
How
you
about
guys
this? I'll pay.
you think they should
I'll-
drink.
I'll pay
Against
50
each other?
credits for both of you, and my bet is that Kethrakk will do better than you, Nara.
I think I'll put 50 credits down. This is Nara will do better than Kethrakk. This is
Okay.
Hey, I gotta. Hey, and I put my hand up and I'm like, I start jumping. I'm trying to get
Okay.
Vinny's attention if it's possible.
Yeah, roll me a
Uh,
performance check.
Perfect. 15.
Let me roll for Vinny here. Okay. As he is talking, he's kind of stalling for time a little bit. He says, and tomorrow night we're mixing drinks with karaoke if anyone wants to. Okay, we've got another volunteer.
I have two. I have these two, and I point to Kethrakk and Nara. They
we should try to get the
they
whole
can
bar
out-
to put bets on us.
they should drink, but against each other. These two can outdrink anybody in this entire bar. So they should go head to head without doing any sort of round robin testing thing. They should just, these two. And I push them both forward.
Okay. So Nara and
I'm
Kethrakk.
gonna grab my credits out and I'm gonna pay a bouncer for them.
Okay. So as you head up to one of the Loxodon bouncers, he just looks at you, doesn't say anything, and puts out a little scanner thing for you to scan your credit card.
Yep.
All right. So he scans it once. It marks 50 credits off your credit card. He doesn't seem like he knows that you want to scan it again.
I'm paying for both of them.
He nods his head and then holds the scanner out again. And you drop 100 credits off your sheet there.
Yep.
And then Nara and Kethrakk, Vinny kind of nods his head and waves you over. And he says, okay, we want to do a little show here. We want these two to go against each other. Well, I think I know who's going to win. How about that, crowd? And everyone kind of starts hooting and hollering. And he says, if you think that the elf's going to win, or why don't you raise your voice up real loud? And you hear... Pock starts freaking out. And a few people in the crowd go, yeah, woo! Yeah.
Can I ask the bouncer? Zim, we should be up on stage behind them.
I don't want to be on stage at all.
Well, we should be up there.
Go ahead.
You're not gonna cheer Kethrakk on?
I'm not going up on the stage. No.
I look at the bouncer and I say, can we go up on stage?
He looks down at you. He's much taller than you. Looks down at you over his trunk and closes his eyes real slowly, like, and then puts his hand out.
For 50 credits? Oh. High five? Handshake? Down low too slow.
He wants money there, Parks, to go up.
Zim, do I have money?
Not 50 credits to burn. I'm
too pretty to have money. You know what? We can watch from over here.
Yeah, we can just watch from back here.
We're fine back here. It's fine. Never mind.
Rolls his eyes.
Lovely human thing. You humanoid. Let's go, Zim. Let's get out of here. And we step back into the crowd. Whip Tracks is going to win this.
I mean, I don't think so, but we'll see.
God. Okay, you know what?
Oh, yeah, Zim. I bet.
You know what I'm going to really look forward to? Is Nara throwing up all over herself.
I won't.
No way. Nara's not going to throw up.
I do not throw up.
Let's see.
That's right.
All right.
Ooh.
So as you guys head up, a few people are cheering for Nara, especially Pox. And then, what do you think about the big lion fellow? And the whole crowd kind of starts cheering, like, whoa, yeah, he's going to do it.
Yeah.
Fox is kind of like,
that's me.
Oh, okay. Whatever.
So, obviously, the crowd is a little biased. So, what I'd like you guys to do is you get up on stage. He, first off, hands Nara the microphone. He says, anything you want to say? Introduce yourself.
Hello. I'm Nara. I am new here. I'm excited to get this going. You know, vote for me.
He kind of awkwardly grabs the microphone. He says, okay, and you, big man.
I'm Kethrakk, and I'm going to drink this drink.
You sure are, buddy. You paid the 50 credits. He waves over the Loxodon, who brings over 2 of the smokers and hands them to each of you.
Can I say, does anybody want to place
drink?
bets? Does anybody want to place bets against, one or the other?
As you're saying that, kind of mid-sentence, he puts the microphone in front of your mouth so that everyone can hear.
I was saying, does anybody want to place bets? I think I'm gonna win, but you could. It would be cool if you put money on it.
The wonderful, amazing Nara wants everyone to place some bets. Well, who's gonna pay these bets out, Nara? You?
Oh, I did not think about that. You know what? Never mind.
Oh, come on, Nara. I'll put 50 credits on you.
Oh, well, you know what? I retract my statement.
Oh, Nara! Come on, Nara. He kind of like nudges you a little bit.
No, that's okay.
Okay.
Let's just drink it.
All right, I'm not gonna pressure you. Okay, you ready to down these smokers?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's freaking do it.
Okie dokie. In 3, 2, 1. Let's hear it, crowd. Go! And I need both of you as you down the smokers. I would like you to both roll me Constitution saving throws. The top left. Okay. So, as you both down the first swig of the smoker, since this is a competition, I like where this is going. Nara, your eyes start to water as you start tasting the ash and dishwater. It's got this weird soapy taste to it, but also that sharpness of the liquor that's inside. And then just like the grittiness, almost like you're drinking like sand of the ash. And it's at this point, Kethrakk, you're also kind of feeling the same things. It's soaking into the fur that's on your lip, which is making you very uncomfortable that you're going to be tasting this later. As it's going down your throats, here is where we get to the goldfish. So I need both of you to roll me another Constitution saving throw. This time, Nara with advantage. So Nara, you roll twice, take the higher
Jesus,
number because
Jimmy.
you won the first round.
What?
Okay.
These
I think
rolls
I
are
think my thing's
bad.
broken. My thing is just actually broken.
So as
my God.
you down the goldfish, Kethrakk, your body starts to lurch as the goldfish is swimming down your throat. Nara, you're able to down the entire goldfish. Kethrakk, I need one more Constitution saving throw from you to try and keep yourself from throwing up. Okay. With an 11, you upchuck the goldfish and the rest of the smoker onto the stage. Nara, you down the rest of the smoker. The goldfish you can feel in your tummy swimming around.
I
As
rolled so low.
the whole crowd goes crazy for you, Nara. They start screaming, hooting, and hollering. People are throwing stuff up on stage. There's no money, I guess, to throw. They're throwing, I don't know, what would they
Toenails.
throw? They throw
Bread.
the leftovers of their food. I don't know what they would throw.
Toast. They throw toast.
Yeah, they throw toasts. They all seem super excited, and Vinny says, "Oh my God, what an upset! Holy, Nara takes Kethrakk out of the water. Kethrakk, you doing okay, buddies?" Starts like tapping you on the back with his hand, patting you on the back as you're heaving. He says, "You poor thing, you poor thing. Well, that looks like 300 credits for Nara." And as he says that, he kind of lifts your hand up, Nara, but you're way taller than him. So, like, he lifts it up to, like, your waist, and then you have to lift it up the rest of the way yourself. And
Lifts him up.
Yeah, I like that. When you lift your hand up, he's holding on to it, and he's kind of dangling, still holding the microphone. He says, "Nice job, Nara. Somebody bring this woman her money." And here comes the Loxodon bouncer thumping up onto the stage with one of those scanners. And he says,
"Hold out your scanner."
Can I put it on Zim's scanner? Zim is more responsible.
I'll walk up there with my card because I also paid for her as well.
"Yep." So you got it all figured out. You get add the 300 credits to your sheets, so you should be up 200.
Yep.
And he says, Vinny kind of leans over to you, Nara, and he says, "Are you interested?" He doesn't say it in the microphone. He just kind of says it to you while the crowd's going crazy. He says, "Are you interested in coming back for a winners round at the end of the week? We have, we're bringing back all the winners for the most disgusting drink."
I'll think about it. I don't know if I'm going to be in town. Maybe. Well, we'll see.
"Oh, just passing through. Okay, well, that's Nara, everybody." He brings the microphone back up to his mouth. "And Kethrakk. Poor Kethrakk. Get off this stage, Kethrakk. You need a rest." All right.
I'm gonna help Kethrakk get off the stage.
I'll
Thank
too.
you. Thank
I'm
you.
so
Oh,
disappointed
Jesus.
in you, Kethrakk.
I'm not good around smoke.
You did your best, buddy. Killed it.
So
Oh, fish would have got me too.
the rest of the night goes by and nobody else is able to down the smoker except for Nara the whole night. The bar makes a ton of money, and Vinny starts ushering people out with the rest of the Loxodons. And then Vinny says, and that's going to be all for me, folks. I'm heading back to my office to clean up for the day and head home. Everyone have a great night. Be safe. Oh, watch your step. Watch. He's kind of like patting a lady on the back as she's walking out.
We should ask him.
Yeah. I'm gonna walk up to Vinny and be like,
Vinny, we were hoping to talk to you in your office about some business.
Oh, sorry, pal. I'm not gonna have any time tonight. Why don't you come back tomorrow during
Vinny,
karaoke night?
It wasn't really a discussion point. We're coming from the what is it called, Kethrakk? The Silver Mane?
That's right.
Yeah.
He looks at Kethrakk and his eyes kind of get big, and he says, "I never seen you before, Silvermane."
I've been out of town for a while.
Okay. So Korthazz sent you?
That's right.
Well, of course. Business as usual. You two, take the night off. You're good to go. Everyone's out, right? The two Loxodon kind of nod their head. It's okay. Head home, and we'll see you tomorrow for karaoke night. They both just nod silently.
Yeah.
Did somebody say something?
can I roll an insight check if this is some shady way of getting them to come back around and like screw us over?
Sure. Roll me an insight check. Nope. Doesn't seem like it.
Okay.
Seems like he's dismissing them.
Okay.
So, my office, then. Sure. Okay. No, I really thought I was going to have a good night. He starts walking back towards the office.
No reason it can't still be a good night, Vinny.
Well, I lost 300 credits to Nara, and now I'm being mugged by her. Cool.
Well, I mean, the hopeful goal was to pay you for things, but I mean, you're giving them for free, then I guess we could do that too.
Oh, I'm paying for things. Okay. Well, that makes me happier. He heads into his office, which is just the dingy back room in this large stage/bar. It's got like a bunch of cleaning supplies in it and stuff as he holds the door open for you guys to go in and walks in.
I'll walk in.
He goes to a back desk in this room, which is small, and sits at it. Similar to the situation you were just in with Korthazz, except for a much dingier office with mops and buckets and cleaning supplies in it, and looks very homely comparatively as he sits in a wooden chair that creaks as he sits down. And he says, "Well, what can I do you for there?"
We need fake ideas that will hold up to Neo-Taurus scrutiny in the admin building.
Okay, I could probably help procure you some fake IDs. That shouldn't be too much of a problem. Mind me asking why you need them?
I do.
Okay. You said paying money?
How much is it going to cost?
For you? I think fair price would be 100 credits a pop. 400.
Whoa!
That's pretty high there, Vinny.
You just made 300.
Technically, too.
Technically,
We're on
too,
a
yeah.
budget, Vinny. We're on a budget. Can I, Vinny? Come on. You know it. I know it. I mean, you look at us. We look at you. You know, we recognize each other as, people of mutual values. Okay, and when it comes to money, we don't necessarily have the most to spend, but what we do have a lot of, what we are very rich in, Vinny, and this is what you and I both share in common, is good values good ethics. You know what I mean? Good dealings, and you know, we need a little. We need him on the cheap. We really appreciate it. I mean, we don't want to start anything, and I'm not saying we're going to start anything if we get higher price. I'm not threatening you, and I hope you don't feel threatened or even pressured. I mean, it's all up to you, but I just really want to say, please, Vinny, give us a discount.
How about 300 credits, Vinny?
I want to roll a persuasion.
Do you want persuasion or intimidation?
Persuasion. I'm not trying to make things, you know.
Okay. Go for it. Unfortunate.
Shut up.
Happens.
It happens. It happens.
That's all good.
I'm not just saying this because you rolled a 1. I do think that this particular persuasion would merit advantage because of one specific thing, and that is Kethrakk standing behind you.
You want me to roll again?
Yeah. Now that's funny.
That's
bingo.
Do we get extra advantage because I won the drink contest?
Nara won.
It's okay. It's
Yeah.
okay. We can afford it. It's I'm being cheap. We can afford it. It's honestly not a big deal.
We don't get paid.
I was
for
just
the
trying.
things
I was
we
just trying to
do,
get us.
so-
I was just trying to get us a deal. It's okay.
I know. You know what?
Let me just-
Sometimes you just can't make the deals.
He
know?
shrugs his shoulders and he says, "It's 400's the price."
How much does
Then
it cost
pay them in.
for the extra security of you making sure not to slip our names ever again?
What names?
I like that. That sounds like 500 credits.
I like that too.
And I'm gonna pay him 500 credits.
What was your name again? He looks over to Nara and he says, Ahura or something? Naming the other elf from earlier.
Something like that.
Shrugs his shoulders. Vinny is just like Zim, very short. Much shorter than Zim though, like almost a good 6 inches shorter than Zim. He's wearing a white dress shirt with a popped collar, and his skin is this kind of amberish orange color. His feet that are kicked up on the desk are these buckled black pilgrim shoes. He kind of looks like a fancy leprechaun, but his hair is not red.
Is he a halfling?
He is.
Okay.
Yep. He says, okay. Fake IDs. I got to talk to a guy. Why don't you come back tomorrow morning? And, I should have those for you. You can pay me then. You don't have to pay me anything now. As a courtesy, he bows.
Yeah, most certainly.
Mm.
That works for us, Vinny.
You, and you'll tell Korthazz I did all right.
Of course, you did everything
Well-
we asked you to. As soon as we get the IDs and everything is good on the IDs, everything will be good.
Yeah, we'll have to look and see how they turn out, but everything should be on the up and up, right?
Should be. Last thing, you don't have to answer. Did he tell you anything about me?
Yeah. He said, and don't forget this, Vinny. He said, what happened to your girlfriend is going to happen again if you keep fucking around. Mob stuff.
Are you trying to intimidate?
Intimidation check, if I may.
Yeah,
Permission
with
to?
advantage, please.
Aye.
Oh,
Damn it.
Good thing you got advantage on that one. Holy shit.
Yeah, that's
That would have
good.
been bad.
We've had some
Um,
really bad rolls tonight.
Yep. But
I
you've
don't
been
know what you
making
guys
it
are
through.
talking about.
You've been stumbling your way through it. Pox, he looks at you in a kind of somber way. His eyes drop from this kind of nervous, almost annoyed kind of look to like a sad. They kind of oval up, and he says, "Understood."
But I want to look at him and I want to say, but hey, I hope everything works out. We'll see you tomorrow.
Wait. Just a question. What is your girlfriend's name?
He kind of squints his eyebrows a little bit.
No. I don't mean. I'm not trying to be like
Mom.
rude. What we're looking for. We have something of someone's. And I just wanted to see if it was her.
What's the name of the person you have something of?
Kethrakk, what's the name of the person that we have something of?
Right now, Nara, you want to do this? You want to ask me?
Yeah.
We know how to get
No.
that information, Nara.
Huh?
Anyone
Wait.
named Alondra?
Yeah.
Is
Vinny
your-
told us to ask Vin or.
No,
Yeah, he
he
said
didn't.
ask Vinny, and if Vinny didn't know, then
Oh.
you could
Yeah.
find the information for sure from your paraplegic friend.
But we do know. Yeah.
So he says, never, I don't think I've ever heard that name before. They might have come through the bar once or twice. Actually, it does sound familiar enough. I might have more info in the morning.
Great. Thank you.
They might have been in the hospital on the southern side of town.
Now that sounds familiar.
The Southside Garden, I believe.
Okay. I know where I've heard this name before. There was a guy who used to come through the bar once in a while. And he was a drunk. A sad drunk. Would come in once in a while and well, he was dressed like a big fucking clown. He's a big dude. And he would just drink himself into a stupor. Whenever he was walking out, I remember him mumbling that name. Does that help?
Yeah, actually, thank
No.
you.
I think any bit of information helps. Definitely. I don't know if it puts us on the right track, but, I appreciate you telling.
Yeah.
Let's hope it helps.
No worries. I'll see you all tomorrow, I'm sure.
Bright and early.
So, Vinny ushers you out of his mop closet and towards the front and out the front door. And as you turn back, he is slowly closing the door and kind of gives you like a little courtesy bow as he closes the door.
And bow back and head on out.
Okay. Are you guys going to go sleep at the Onyx Rose?
I think so. Should
Yeah.
be a good
All right.
place.
So, we're going to skip through a little bit and forward into the Onyx Rose. You guys head to the back and find your brother again in the back office as he is taking a big drag of a cigar as you guys approach his office door, which is slightly cracked open.
You made it back.
We did.
And how'd everything go?
The toenail is not my favorite place.
Look at the vomit on your fur.
I'd rather
Oh.
not talk about it. Where's the nearest bath?
It's upstairs. It's upstairs. Come on. We added a second floor about 30 years ago, and it's residential.
He brings you up the steps and into a hallway with a lot of like hotel-looking rooms, kind of look like hotel rooms, and just goes to the first one, brings his claw up to the door, and just like places his hand on the door, and the door opens up. He tilts his head a little bit, and he says,
You all doing okay?
Yeah, we set everything up with the fake IDs. And so we should have those by tomorrow. Got a little bit of information, and appreciate you helping us out there.
Yeah. Did you tell Vinny about his girlfriend?
Oh,
We did.
We handled it.
What did his face look like?
You probably
So
would have
sad.
loved to have seen it.
So sad, huh?
He didn't look.
Oh, yeah.
He didn't look happy to hear.
He wasn't thrilled.
That's what I like to hear.
Worried.
Yeah.
He was worried.
We delivered it and then asked more questions, which I don't somehow.
That's mob stuff right there.
Yeah, it was mob stuff. It was my idea. So
We told you
Okay.
we could do it.
Maybe there's hope for you yet then, Pox.
we do mob. I'm a mobster. We do mob things. I've experience. Those harpies were no joke. I'm telling you.
Well,
He kind of turns away as you all kind of file into the hotel room, which has a bathroom and a couple beds in it and stuff. And he says, as he's closing the door, well, the door's kind of shutting as he's walking away, and he says,
might go fuck around with his girlfriend anyway.
Would you mind doing that? Maybe after we get what we need from him.
he grabs the door as it's shutting, and he says,
Kethrakk, you know what I do what I want.
Yeah, you do. I'll leave you to it.
Night.
Good night.
Night.
you've got
That's
a
no good.
interesting dilemma here. Kethrakk, it is somewhat worrying the amount of pleasure he seems to get from hurting people, making people
Right.
sad. He's got a soft spot for you because you're family, it seems. But you've got a person here who is helpful, but could definitely be a liability
Mm-hmm.
with the amount of sadism that he seems to practice. Nothing like your dad. Your dad was not the kind of person who took pleasure in people's pain. He was the kind of person who, if he had to kill somebody, it was with a deep sigh, and then he made sure that their family got paid and that their body was buried nicely.
Right.
I say, wait. Fox says, wait. Actually, Korthazz, and I like call after, and I kind of get out of bed. Are we all in our jammies? I imagine I'm already in my jammies.
He closed the door right as he left you in here, so you would have had to change in your jammies. By that time, he's probably back downstairs.
The jammies are part of the aesthetic. The catching him before, just after that thought, kind of what I'm really looking for
Yeah,
here.
so you run over to the door.
Korthazz, oh dearest,
Yeah, Pox.
quick question. Mob stuff, tomorrow we got a lot of mob stuff we got to do, right? You know that.
Yeah, you do.
We handled that mob stuff earlier today pretty well. I was wondering, because I think that dude he looked pretty, that loser Vinny looked really sad, and I just don't want him crying more on our fake IDs. You know what I mean? And he looked like a crybaby over his girlfriend, and I just think if they got tears on the fake IDs or whatever, it's gonna mess with the digital ink or something. I don't know.
He pauses for a second. He's been facing away from you in the hallway as you've been talking to him. And he kind of turns his head back. You get a side profile of his face in the middle of the hallway. Big cigar kind of sticking out of his mouth. Blows a ring of smoke towards the wall. Kind of dissipates a little bit. And he says, as he turns fully around,
Are you trying to tell me what to do?
No, Korthazz. Korthazz, come on. What you think I'm trying to tell you what to do? Korthazz, I'm saying, don't you think mob stuff with good fake IDs is better mob stuff done? Can I roll a persuasion?
I get to decide if you get to roll a persuasion. I'm deciding on whether or not he, based on what I know about his personality, whether or not he was reacting to this at all.
What are you trying to say, Pox?
I'm saying that Vinny was a whiner today, Korthazz. He was a baby.
True.
He was a fucking
Yeah, he is a baby.
He was a loser, Korthazz. And what I'm
True.
saying is, I just feel like some loser like that's gonna mess up the fake IDs if he's fucking crying about his girlfriend. That's all I'm saying. I feel like, don't you think he might do that? That he seems like a loser enough to be worried about that. Letting that get to him. He seems like one of those loser types.
Well, he's definitely that. What do you want, Pox?
To pick up IDs and then do whatever you want with that loser and that loser's girlfriend. After the IDs, though, that's all. Right and early when you got a fresh start, cup of coffee, a little pancake breakfast.
Okay, fine.
Hey, all right, Hey, Korthazz, I really appreciate you letting us stay here. Thank you.
You're welcome. And
I'll
if you mess up the room for some reason, just let me know so that I don't put anybody in there, and I don't let anybody up here. Just let me know.
Yeah.
Say you need to
Korthazz,
off somebody in the room or something. You just let me know.
Korthazz, I think if this room's getting messed up, I think you'll be the first to know. I wink at him and close the door. Good night. Love a little kiss.
You hear a chuckle from the hallway.
Kiss.
Okay.
He says as you hear him walking away.
I do a twirl and fall into my bed on my back and look up and then I'm like
randomly apparates a sunflower. He loves me. He loves me not. He loves me. He loves me. Picks a petal off.
Pox, why do you so desperately want to fit in with a mobster who is pretty sadistic? No offense, Kethrakk, but your brother's kind of fucked up, even for like Midnight Hollow standards.
Zim,
Your brother's
he's
fucked up.
not that bad of a guy. He's actually very sweet. And if you would actually, would get to know him a little better, you would know that, okay? But I don't know why you're judging Kethrakk's family. Kethrakk clearly has a hot brother who's very caring and is a good listener.
He was going to fuck up an innocent lady for no reason other than the fact
clearly
that it
not
would bring
innocent
pain.
because Vinny's a loser or whatever. Obviously, Zim.
So some lady who dates really fucked up people should be punished because she probably had a horrible life growing
Is she
up.
being punished? I feel like
I don't
feel
make
like-
the rules.
I
you
feel
know.
like maybe she's cheating on Vinny. I don't think she's
What?
like.
No, he was. I feel like you are the most naive people in the
I
world
thought he was like
sometimes.
gonna go try.
He's not
to
that
get her on
bad,
a
Zim.
date. I thought he was trying to go date her or something.
No, he was
Are you
going
sure?
to like, yes.
I thought he said, "I'm gonna go."
You don't
hook
even
up with
know
her."
that. You don't even know what's going on. Dude, don't worry
Kethrakk.
about it. It's mob stuff,
Kethrakk.
Zim. Like, you don't want
Kethrakk.
anything to do with mob
Was he
stuff.
going to date her?
Probably going on a date, going to get coffee.
Kethrakk.
Zim, it doesn't even like.
Kethrakk.
Just leave
Would you
Kethrakk.
please
Kethrack's tired. Look at
ruin
Kethrakk
their
is tired. Let
naivety?
Kethrakk sleep.
Kethrakk is sick.
Kethrakk is
My
sick.
brother.
Kethrakk, was he
is-
taking her on a
I rush
date?
over. I start patting. I want to pat Kethrakk on the back. I want to be like, just leave Kethrakk be. Let him sleep. Go sleep. You don't have to answer
My
these questions.
brother and I
Zim.
are different, and you can all take what you want from his personality. I'd rather you not take him to bed, especially while I'm here. But
What?
he is treating us with kindness for now. So what
Oh,
he
yeah.
does
Well,
after
we were trying to
leave
decide:
is-
is he taking Vinny's girlfriend on a date, or is he like trying to?
I don't know. He's doing
I
whatever.
don't really-
Come on, Kethrakk, you know. Don't even give
Great or
me
good?
I'm
Straight or
good. I'm very tired. I lay my
Good. Yeah.
head down.
Can we just? Can we,
I've never
let's
known
just
you
go
to be this scared of someone, Kethrakk.
I'm facing my battles one at a time. Thank you very much.
All right. So you guys head to bed. As you get some rest.
Good night.
Pox, would you roll me a religion check, please?
Aye. God.
Okay.
10 out of 10.
Okay. So when you wake up, Pox, you're one of the first to awaken. And as you do, you kind of yawn, sit up from the side of your bed, and you feel kind of a stinging pain from the air in the room on your forearm. And as you look down at your forearm, you see scratches that have been carved into words on your forearm.
That's a little extra. What do they say?
They say, so desperate to fit in.
Zim?
What?
Zim! I shake
What?
Zim
I
awake.
was sleeping. What?
Did you do this? What is this?
Wait, what is that?
You don't see anything.
Look,
Zim.
what is-
There's nothing there.
There's nothing on your arm, Pox. Are you smoking crack?
There's what? There's not. Pox
As you
looks
look down,
again.
there's
Is
nothing
this-
there,
is this-
Pox.
Never mind.
Why'd you wake me up? What the hell?
Nah. It was. This is a dream. Go back to sleep. Shh.
This is like one of those dreams where you see someone cheating on you and you start yelling at your spouse.
Sleep. Sleep.
What is that from?
I'm gonna roll back over and go to sleep.
Green Goblin.
Oh yeah.
Spider.
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
Yeah. Oh my god. All right.
It works. Sim goes back to sleep.
Yep.
That was weird. Pox exclaims kind of quietly to themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Pull them up now.
You notice your changeling body is. You just feel tired. Like almost like you've been up all night, but you still got your long rest. No worries there. You just feel a little tired, more tired than normal. And you hear just a slight laughter in the back of your head. Just very, very slight, kind of distant laughter. And you know that it's not outside your head either. You know that it's not like somebody laughing in the building.
Well, someone's got a cruel, sick sense of humor, but other than that, we're up.
So-
Do I know? What is this? Is my body lashing out? Is this a ghost? Am I haunted?
You technically are kind of haunted. This seems to be your patron, the Hexblade,
Well,
who is...
the Hexblade they're sick.
As you've known, your Hexblade, they often speak in riddles. They often are very cryptic, and they've never been your friend. They've never been you've never been besties with the Hexblade. But you've always had a mutual strive for either power or just interesting stuff, adventure, that kind of stuff. You've both been bored for a long time, and he's more like a snarky companion that you can't get away from, is how his personality has kind of come out. And so it seems like he is making a snarky observation about your changeling personality and the fact that you are like a chameleon. And you've seen him before. He's very flamboyant, very, I should say themself, because he has a mixture of feminine and masculine traits.
This Hexblade, if it has, if they not the blade itself, but like I'm just imagining like a talking sword. I'm just like a sword with a mouth. Oh, from like the Dave the Barbarian kind of like.
Do you recall how I've described them to you before? It's been a while.
The sword or the
hexblade themselves, which is
hexblade.
It's like a spirit that embodies the blade.
I remember the accent.
So, I believe the only time you ever saw them was when you were looking in a mirror at the carnival, which was quite a while ago. But they are basically a human-sized person. Not sure. There's no really specific male or female kind of look to them, but they are wearing like a suit jacket and nice dress pants, really nice like bright red dress shoes, brown leather belts. They basically look like Slender Man, but a bit more dapper, and has like a kind of a cocky demeanor as they stand. And they have that similar Slender Man kind of look to their skin as well. Imagine if Slender Man's skin instead of white was like shadowy colored, like a shadowy colored black. So they don't have a face. They don't have like a visage that you can imagine. It's basically like a shadowy man or woman, or they that is wearing a tuxedo and nice clothes, that kind of thing. And like you said, they have a very distinct accent. They are the spirit that embodies the blade, and it's, for lack of a better term, it is, like I said, kind of like a snarky best friend that follows you around. I should say more like a parasite. Like it dies if you die kind of thing. Like, so you have mutual interests in it. It gives you power, you give it life. It's an abstract kind of thing.
Okay, if I'm up this early and I'm still kind of tired, I'll lay back down and I'm gonna whisper. I like whisper. Is my sword nearby? I still have it on me.
You can operate it anytime you want.
I want to whisper to the sword. Next time you want to leave a note, I'll get you a pen and some paper. And I go to bed. I go back to sleep until everybody else wakes up.
Nice. All right. As everybody wakes up, you guys get ready. Head to the Drunken Toenail. The place, you're getting there before it opens. The bar doesn't open until like 3 p.m. So as you get there, it's like somewhat early morning. And waiting at the door for you, like sitting on the front steps of the bar, is Vinny. And he looks tired. He's got baggy eyes. And he says, as you're approaching, nobody else is really around. It's early morning, so it's kind of it's like going to 14th Street in Austin or something. It's like nobody's going to be there in the morning. It's not a place that you go to in the morning. It's a nightlife kind of place. So nobody's around. And as you're approaching, he stands up from the steps and he says, you made it. Welcome back. All of you, Nara and the rest. Oh, sorry. I was supposed to forget your name.
That's fine.
Anyway, here. He hands you 4 identification cards.
Okay.
Can we look at them to make sure everything looks okay?
Mm-hmm. Roll me perception checks, please. Anybody who would like to look at their identification card, make sure it looks good. Investigation or perception, whichever one you want. Whichever one's better.
I just dropped my card.
You drop it in the mud.
I spent the entire time that I would have spent looking to make sure it was real, just getting the mud off of it.
Just wiping the mud off. He says, you'd probably be more careful with those, big guy, but...
Yeah, I know.
I spend my time investigating, looking at if there's a reflective foil or something.
It's not a hollow, unfortunately. Nara, Zim, they look pretty good. I'll let you guys decide what the names say on your identification cards. I think we did this a little bit before where you made up pseudonyms, but now they're officially on the cards. So you get an official pseudonym. You probably don't want it to be too weird, as he wouldn't have gotten you someone that was named like Poop Butt. He would give you someone with a regular name.
I'm going with the pseudonym that I used, which is Morgan Friedman.
Morgan Friedman.
Yep. I'm gonna ask him, assuming that there's no one around.
Vinny, we didn't really get details. What happened to your girlfriend?
He pauses for a second, and he says, "Haven't you all? Oh, I'm doing the wrong noise. Haven't you all done enough?"
Sir, what have we done? We haven't done anything. Sorry. I mean,
I promise you, it's not ill intention. The reason that I ask.
Roll me a
We're good
persuasion
people.
check with disadvantage, please.
Oh.
You really don't know?
No, he didn't tell us. He just said to use it as a threat if we needed to, which I wasn't particularly keen on doing if I could pay you.
Well, then you tell him. He looks to Kethrakk.
He doesn't. We've been out of town. We just got into town.
Kethrakk?
I can't say that I would actually know.
Why not? You're
I
part of
hear
the
it,
you're part of the inner family, aren't you?
It's complicated. I've been gone a while. I didn't lie about that.
And he didn't tell you what he did.
No.
No.
Vinny kind of looks around. I'm gonna have him roll one more time here. He says, I didn't want to give him 51% of the bar.
Yeah.
He wanted 51%. I told him no. So well, he broke my girlfriend's legs.
That's mob stuff.
I'm just gonna look at no.
I'm just gonna look at Nara and give
That's-
her a look.
That's mob stuff.
Well,
Thank you for the IDs, Vinny.
And I'm gonna shake his hand and I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna whisper in his ear.
You need to get her out of town because we can't stop him, but he's still interested in hurting her. And I'm warning you this as someone who needs help. And I'm just
Gonna whisper it very quietly.
Okay. His eyes are wide and begin to oval and weep. He looks at Kethrakk and he says, hasn't your family done enough? These last 30 years have been too much.
Mob stuff.
Hawk, shut up.
Snitch. I'm telling Korthazz when we get back.
Pox, remember who your fucking family is.
Mob
Remember
stuff.
the people who has actually thrown their lives on the line for you?
can I give a really intimidating look over to Pox?
You snitched.
Because this is my family stuff.
Roll me an intimidation check.
Oh god, I'm gonna roll low again, aren't I?
You can roll with strength here.
Oh, just kidding. I did okay.
That's good. With an 18, I'd say Pox, you're sufficiently feeling as though Kethrakk might reach out and start to strangle you if you keep going.
He's gonna be pissed. And Pox just kind of quiets up.
Vinny kind of wipes his eyes and he says, I don't know where I'm gonna go, but thanks for the heads up.
I'm going to kind of reach into my pocket and then put something in his hand too.
What are you putting his hand?
I'm putting 3 diamonds in his hand.
Okay. He looks at them and kind of twirls them around in his hand like dice and looks up from them at you. He says, well, good luck, Morgan Friedman, and the rest. Thanks.
You too, Vinny.
He nods his head and heads back into the drunken toenail. And now you have identifications. So please DM me on Discord what your ID card is going to say, and I will try my best to remember that when NPCs look at your identification cards. That's how they'll refer to you.